Next, transfer some promotions. If the employee is having any transfer or promotion, that you have to update that information with the payroll software. Why you are updating the transfer and promotion information in the software? Because if the employee has transferred from one state to another state, means for that particular state where the employee is transferring, according to the payroll policy of the state, you have to run the payroll. Say, for example, if the employee has worked in Mumbai, the employee is working in Mumbai, means for that employee, the employee is eligible to pay professional tax and labor welfare fund. The statutory element is the employee has to pay provident fund, ESI, employee state insurance, professional tax, if the employee professional tax and labor welfare fund. So these are the statutory dues for the employee who is working in a Mumbai location. But if the employee has transferred to Delhi, means for Delhi only ESI and provident fund is fund are the dues for the employee. There is no professional tax or labor welfare fund is applicable for Delhi. So if the employee is transferring from one location to another location, means where the employee is transferring, to which location the employee is transferring, according to the payroll policy or according to the statutory applicability of that state, you have to run the payroll. You should not deduct the employee who is working in Delhi location. You should not deduct professional tax or labor welfare fund for the employee. So according to the statutory policy of that particular state or particular location, you have to run the payroll for that particular employee. So for that only you have to collect the transfer information for the employees. If the organization has no unit, the organization is having only one unit in a location. If the organization is having only one unit in Mumbai location, means no problem. There will be no transfers. Every employees are liable to pay statutory payment like PF, ESI, professional tax and labor welfare fund. No problem. If the organization is having only one unit, the organization is having multiple units and the employees will get transfer, means then you have to very careful while running the payroll for transfer employees. Next is promotion. Why the promotion information is needed? Means promotion means the employee will get promoted to the next level of hierarchy. If the employee gets promotion to next level of hierarchy, means then they will be getting hike in their salary. They will be getting hike in their salary. They will be getting next designation. That is, if the employee is a manager, means then if the employee has got promoted as a senior manager, means then you have to then for senior manager there will be different kinds of benefits and payments. So according to senior manager benefit, you have to update the payment benefit for that particular employee. If the employee is eligible for hike, means then you have to change the salary information of the employee, salary information and other benefits of the employee. So for that you have to get the promotion information of the organization. Some employee will get promoted in the month of April. So according to the performance of the employees, they may get promotion or they may not get promotion. They may get promotion in any month of the year. Like they may get, it is not like they have the promotion has to be given only in the month of April or only in the month of only when there is a revision, the promotion should be given to that particular employee. It is not like that. Some organizations, they will be having a policy like if the performance of the employees are satisfied, then whenever they want, they can give the promotion to the employee. So once the promotion is given to the employees, then you have to update the payments and other benefits for the employees according to their promotion. According to the next level of hierarchy, you have to update the payment information of that particular employee. So you have to update the promotion information, that is the to which designation the employee has got promotion, and what are the other benefits the employee is eligible to get payment. So you have to update the information in the payroll software. Next is advance salary. If the employee has got any advance, means then you have to update that information, advance information in the for that particular employee in payroll software. So for example, if the employee is receiving rupees 10,000 as a gross salary, and the employee has received 5,000 rupees, or the employee has received 3,000 rupees as salary advance, means the employee is eligible to get only 7,000 rupees as a gross salary for that particular month. So what you have to do, from 10,000, you have to deduct 3,000 rupees from that particular employee's salary, and you have to pay a remaining 7,000 rupees. So that is why you have to update the advance salary. So if you are not updating the advance salary information in the payroll system, means again you will be giving 10,000 rupees. Totally it will be 13,000 rupees. 13,000 rupees as a gross salary for that particular employee. So the calculation, you would have missed the calculation. So it is very important to update the advance salary of the employees. So only then you should not miss or you cannot miss the calculations. So if you already update the information of salary advancements, what the system will do, it will automatically deduct the advance salary which your employee has already been received. That will be deducted from the current month's salary, and the remaining or the balance will be given to the employee as a monthly salary. Next is leave without pay. Leave without pay means LWP, that is leave without pay. Leave without pay means for CL, SL and EL, if the employee is taken CL means for then the leave will be deducted, but the payment for that particular day will be given by the employer. So that is the leave. But in the leave without pay, employer will not give any leave payment to the employee. As I already told you, some organization, they will be having a policy for new joiners. For new joiners, till their completion of their probationary period, the organization will not provide any leave to the employees. So whatever, if they have taken any leave, means that will be considered as loss of pay or leave without pay. They can enjoy the leave, but the salary for the particular day will not be given. Okay. So if the employee is eligible for leave, means, say for example, 2 employees are there. A employee is there, B employee is there. A employee is eligible for leave. B employee is not eligible for leave. Means A employee will be taking leave and their CL will be deducted. Say for example, 26 days is the working days in the organization. The A employee has taken 2 days leave, and the employer or the payroll executive, they will process the salary for 26 days. Because leave days will be deducted, the payment will be given for that particular A employee. In the case of B employee, if the B employee has taken 2 days leave, means then only 24 days salary will be calculated and given to the particular B employee. Because the employee is not eligible for leave. No CL, no SL, no EL will be given to that particular employee. So only 24 days salary will be processed and that will be given to B employee. But in the case of A employee, even though the employee has taken 2 days leave, the employee, for that particular employee, 26 days salary will be processed because leave days will be deducted, CL, SL or EL will be deducted. That payment will be given in the leave payment will be given for that particular employee. So for 24 days is the working days for that particular A employee, and 2 days they will deduct the leave and they will pay 26 days to the employee. That is the leave policy. So if the employee is not eligible for leave means, then the employee will not be paid salary for that particular day which the employee has not working, which the employee has not given the attendance. That is called leave without pay. So this leave without pay will be done normally to new employees or new joiners, and the employees who is working in temporary basis or contract employees. For that employees, leave without pay will be given. For regular employees, leave without pay will not be given because they are eligible for CL, SL and EL. Their leave will be deducted and salary will be processed for that particular day, where the leave will be processed for the particular day in which or where they have taken leave. Next is invoice and financial proof for income tax calculation. If the individual or if the employee is a tax paying individual means, then invoices and financial proofs will be collected for calculating the income tax. What are all the invoice and financial proofs? If the employee has invested their money in mutual funds or LIC funds means, at the time of calculating the income tax, you have to collect the receipt of that particular investment. Say for example, I am the individual who is working in an organization, and I have invested some money in LIC policy. I have taken some policy in LIC. So when I purchased the LIC policy, the LIC agent, they would have given me some receipt. That receipt I have to submit to my employer while calculating the income tax. If my employer is calculating income tax means, at the time of calculating the income tax, I have to submit the receipt of that LIC policy. So if I submit that receipt, then I'm eligible for some tax exemptions. For that purpose only, the employer will be getting the invoices and financial proofs from the employees. Next is, you have received all the monthly inputs for processing the salary. What are all the outputs? So you have collected all the inputs and you have processed the payroll. What are all the output? Once you collect the input and process, what are all the output you have to give? First is bank transfer report. Once you process the salary and credit the salary to each employee's bank account, then you have to generate a bank transfer to which account you have credited the salary to that employee. So for some employee you have credited in ICICI Bank, some employee you have credited in HDFC, some employee you have credited in Kotak. So you have to generate a report to which bank account you have credited the salary to that employee. What is the salary amount, overall total salary amount, and what are all the split ups, like to which employee you have credited in which bank account. So that is the bank transfer report. Next is TDS report. If your TDS report means tax deductible at source. So you say, for example, 100 employees are working in your organization, and from that 100 employees, you have calculated tax only for 25 employees because 25 employees are eligible to pay tax. They are receiving more than 5 lakh rupees, or they are getting salary more than 5 lakh rupees per annum. So the employees who are getting more than 5 lakh rupees as their salary, as their income per annum is, they have to pay the income tax to the government of India. So for that employees who are to the employees who are getting more than 5 lakh rupees per annum, for that employees you will be calculating the income tax. For that particular employee, you have to deduct the tax deducted at source. So and you have to deduct the TDS, and you have to generate a report to who are all the employees you have deducted TDS, and who are all the employees you have calculated the income tax. Next is salary slip. For every employee, you have to give the salary slip. Only then the employee will know what is their attendance days or what is their working days, and whether they have paid the right salary to whether they have paid the right salary according to their attendance. So it is the verification slip for the employees. So for each and every employees working in the organization, you have to pay the salary slip, or you have to give the salary slips. Next is Provident Fund report. Provident Fund report, ESA report, Labor Welfare Fund contribution report. So these are all the statutory reports you have to generate. So how many employees you are paying Provident Fund? How many employees, and what is the amount? What is the admin amount? What is the EDLA amount? What is account number 2? It is employees contribution towards Provident Fund. What is the employer's contribution towards the EPF? So you have to prepare all the reports for Provident Fund. Next is ESA. The ESA is same. What is the insurance number? What is the insurance number of the employees? What is their contribution for that particular month? What is their employee contribution, employer contribution? What is the total contribution towards the ESA? So why you are generating these kinds of report? One, because if these reports are helpful while preparing the budget in the organization, they will be, every department, they will be preparing budget. So if you have prepared these reports at the time of preparing budget in the human resource department, these reports will be used to mention that these are all the expenses for the particular year, and what are all the expected income or expenses, what are the expected income or expenses for the organization in the future. So that will be calculated for the budget. Next is payroll register. Payroll register. So in that payroll register, you will be having the employee's name, employee's number, employee's designation, employee's PF number, employee's ESA number, employee's bank account number, what is the employee's basic salary, HRA, medical allowances, transport allowances, special allowances, so every split up of the salary. So if the employee is receiving 10,000 rupees as gross salary, means then you will be giving the split up for 10,000 rupees. So that split up for every employee, this payroll register will contain. Say for example, if you are having 100 employees, means for that 100 employees, what is the basic, what is the DA, what is the basic plus DA, what is the HRA, what is the medical allowances, what is the transport allowances, what is the special allowances, what is the gross, what is the ESA amount, what is the PF amount. So for each and every employee, you will be giving the split up. So that is the payroll register. And you will be at the last, you will be mentioning the bank account number in which you are crediting the salary to that particular employee. So this is the overall payroll register, is the overall report. Overall report of salary of the employee. Next is payroll budget. Payroll budget input forms are considered a key part of annual budget model and are used by HR and budget manager to develop salary expenses and hiring plan. Some key functionality in this type of budget template allows the user to quickly generate departmental employee budget by entering or adjusting annual salaries for salaried staff and hours or rates for hourly employees. Along with other options, all the employee related all the employee related taxes and benefits are automatically calculated based on assumption captured on another screen. So payroll budget is simply means you are forecasting the expenses of HR department. So forecasting the expenses means forecasting the expenses for each and every area of HR. What are all the area of HR? First is recruitment, payroll, recruitment, compensation and benefit, employee engagement. So these are all the areas of HR. So you will be forecasting the expenses for each and every area of HR department. So what is the recruitment? What is the recruitment expenses? What is the training and development expenses? What is the compensation and benefit expenses? What is the employee relation or employee engagement expenses? So you will be calculating the or you will be forecasting the expenses for HR department. So that is the payroll budgeting. And for each and every employee, what is the revenue? So say for example, 100 employees are working in an organization means what is the revenue per employee? So that is called the budget. So what is the expenses for each and every area in the HR department and what is the revenue the employee is giving for the organization? That is what is the difference between the expenses and the revenue? That is the payroll budgeting. So, and that is the HR, that is the budget for HR department. If you are forecasting budget for payroll means that is the payroll budgeting. And what is the what will be the expected expenses? First is employee payroll process. First expenses, employee payroll process. So we will be giving salary to each and every employee. That is the expenses for the organization. And you will be paying the provident fund. You are paying the ESA. You are paying so you will be paying statutory dues to the employees. So that is the expenses. So you have to from the report you have whatever the report you are generating, from the report you have to take the expenses and you have to expenses for the particular year and you have to forecast what would be the expenses in the near future. That is called as budgeting. Next, set up payroll administration. Becoming a payroll administrator involves making sure staff members paid correctly and on time. It means that you'll be working with a large sum of money on daily basis and to stick payment deadlines to make sure everyone gets exactly the right amount at the right time. Typical duties of payroll administrator includes calculating hours staff members have worked, calculating and deducting tax, national insurance and pension payment. So set up payroll administration. Payroll administration means what are all the payroll executive duties and responsibilities. So what are the duties and responsibilities of payroll executive? In first thing is the payroll executive has to run or they have to process the payroll or they have to process the salary of each and every employees on time. They have to make sure that there should not be any delay in paying the salary of each and every employee, because every employees are working for salary and they will be having different commitments to attend. So you should, as a payroll executive, you should not delay the salary disbursement of each and every employees. And it is also important, you should process the right amount of salary to the to all the employees. Say for example, if you are, if say for example, an employee is there, for that employee has worked only for 25 days, but you are paying 26 days salary to that particular employee. It is not sure that employee you can recover the 1 day salary from employee, because employee will not give back the salary. 1 day salary, no employee will give back. So it is very important that as a payroll executive, you have to run right amount to all the employees, and you have to stick payment. You have to be stick payment deadline. You have to stick payment deadlines means, say for example, leave deadlines is there. To update the leaves, there is a deadline. Some employee, they may go on leave and they would have not update the leave in their leave portal or in their employee portal. They would have not update the leaves. If you wait for that employee to update the leave means, then the employee even at the last minute, the employee would have not applied, and your time will be getting wasted for waiting that employee to update the leave. And because of that one employee, you will be delaying salary for the whole employees. Okay, for one employee, for waiting for one employees, you will be delaying payment, or you will be delaying salary for 99 employees. So it is not a appropriate payroll processing. So you have to make a deadline. If the employee has updated, if the employee updates the leave on this day means, then you will be 1 second. So if you make deadlines means, and if you make deadlines and the employee has to update the leave on this particular deadline means, then even if the employee is not updating, you can put a mail and you can run the salary. Okay, so I have given the deadline to you, but you have not updated the leave. So leave without pay will be given to you, and we will be running the payroll like that. You can put a mail and you can run the payroll. So you have to make a strict payment deadline or payment deadline. So in this day, on this particular day, we will be collecting all the invoices and the payments. In this day only, you have to do all the payments. If the employee failed to update the payment, or if the employee failed to update their invoices means, then you can send an email that they have failed to update the payment. So you are run whatever the information you have, what are the available information you have with you for that particular employee. With that available information, you will be running the payroll for that particular employee. So as a payroll executive, you have to be very strict in the payment deadlines and the updation deadlines. Only then you can able to run the payroll on time. Next is, what are the typical duties of payroll administrator? Calculating hours staff members have worked. So hours staff members have worked means number of working hours for every employee. So if the employee has worked 8 hours in a day means, then you can process 1 day salary. If the employee has worked only 4 hours means, then you have to process only half day salary. So according to the attendance of the employees, you have to run the salary. Next is calculating and deducting tax, national insurance, and pension payments. So calculating and deducting means, you have to calculate the tax and also other statutory dues for all the employees. Next is functions of payroll administrator. Payroll refers to the process by which employee receives a salary. Functions involves balancing and reconciling payroll data and depositing and reporting taxes. The payroll department takes care of wages, deduction, record keeping and verifying the reliability of pay data. The payroll department delivers payroll check, maintenance, compliance with tax law, record paperwork for new hires, and edit existing employee files. What are all the functions of payroll administrator? First is you have to run the payroll process. You have to run the salary for all the employees, and you have to maintain the record. So once you run the payroll to all the employees, means you should not leave like that. You should not leave that I have run the payroll for every employees and I have credited the salary to all the employees. Then my work is over. You should not leave like that. You have to maintain the record for each and every month. What is the payroll amount for each and every employees, and overall and the total amount of salary you have processed. And you have to reconcile the payroll data and depositing and reporting tax. You have to verify all the payroll data with the last month, with the current month and last month. You have to verify the information. What is the salary difference and why the difference has come out. So you have to verify all the things, and you have to prepare the report, statutory report. So only it is statutory report. So this statutory report and payroll report is useful for many things, for budgeting and for auditing. So these reports are very useful. Next is payroll department takes care of wage, deduction, record keeping and verifying the reliability of pay data. Payroll department delivers paychecks. This payroll department delivers the salary to all the employees. You have to maintain the statutory compliances according to the tax law, and you have to record the paperwork of new hires. So you have to record the paperwork of new hires. So in the last module which we have discussed, in that module we have discussed the what are all the papers you have to collect for new employees. So you have to record all the paperwork, that is employee information, employee related information, ESI, PF, gratuity. So these are all the paperwork you have to collect from the new employees, and you have to maintain the record. That is, you have to maintain the personal file for each and every new employees, and edit the existing employees files. Edit the existing employees files means if the existing employees is having any update, means that the update you have to do in their files. Say for example, maybe the employee has given temporary address while they're joining, and now they have given permanent address, means that you have to update in your system. For maybe the employee salary information may get changed. The employee may got promoted and their salary information may got changed. So that information you have to update. So that is called edit existing employees files. So whatever the information updation the existing employees is having, means that you have to update the employees, or update the information in the existing employee files, both in hard copy and in soft copy. So these are all the functions of payroll administrator.